What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's channel, we're going to basically go over, you want to start an eBay store and where do you get started? I mean, there's a lot of videos out there and it's kind of confusing. So I've been doing this for 24 years part-time, really been pouring on the last couple years, especially this year. And I made like a little pretty simple chart to, helps if I hold it the right one, help me figure out as an everything seller, why do I sell these things? Why do I acquire these things? And do they actually sell? So the easiest way to put it is start learning a particular category, and learning is all about making mistakes. So you want to purchase things that you are familiar with at first, but then you want to branch out and go with things that you are not familiar with. And I made basically a chart of the human body here. So we got head, mouth, ears, neck. So us as humans, what do we need or consume or want to enhance our lives, enhance our looks, use technology, things of that nature. And I'm not going to do one about coins. I'm going to make a separate video on coins because I have a lot of expertise on that as well. This will just basically be for someone that, I don't know, just wants to get started. So number one is I would start from the top of your body to the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to show you things that I have listed that have to deal with top of the body to the bottom. Makes it to me, it's an easier way of explaining it, and I also will show you what I've actually sold from the top of the body to the bottom. So I guess we're going to call this video how to eBay from top to bottom. That makes sense, right? Anyways, I'm like asking you guys like you're answering. You're like, yeah, it makes sense. So let's start with our human head. Okay, what do we need for our head? Well, when it's hot outside or it's cold outside or you're starting to thin hair, I'm 49, so I would have lost it by now. We wear hats, and ladies wear hats. Not as much as men do, but ladies down south wear cowboy hats. Now, I don't have a lot of cowboy hats, and Hispanic ladies or men, I think men only can wear the mariachi hats. I've bought those, and I've sold those at my garage sale. Um, I have currently 89 hats listed. Oh, and by the way, here are my sales, so I'm not just some like random dude making stuff up. So the last 90 days, we've done 16,000, almost 17,000. This month has been insane. Over, I'm sorry, the last 30 days, I've done 8,200 in sales. I'm up 52%. So like, dude, what am I doing? I guess I'm paying attention to what people want and be a little better at my craft. But I'm here to help you guys. You guys. So start with the top. So with our head, we need a hat. Okay? Or we need a baseball cap, or we need, what is this called, a newsboy cabbie, or if it's cold outside or we're doing some hunting, we need some kind of U.S. military army cold weather cap helmet. Uh, some people like to wear hats when they're driving a vehicle, whether they drive a truck for a living or not. People like to wear trucker hats. People like to wear hats with things like from their college or the state they're from or the type of product they enjoy. If they want to be a baby, there's a Gerber baby hat. If they're into racing, there's a Penske racing hat. I have hat pins. Yes, people still collect hat pins. I don't see a lot of ladies wearing the hat pins, but maybe someone wants to dress up or they just like to collect hat pins. There's a thing called a shamag, which is, the thing that you wrap around your head. Not so popular here in the United States unless you're hunting or you want to look like someone from another country, but very popular in other countries. And when we're selling on eBay, we are not just selling to the United States, although that is very convenient. We are selling to the world. So if you set up your eBay store properly, you are able to sell to the world. And the world likes the stuff that comes from the United States. You can represent your country. You can represent an event with a baseball hat or cap or trucker cap. There's Mardi Gras. This is for hunting, a Cabela's Gore-Tex hat. We've got some vintage hats, hats of businesses that no longer exist. We like to drink beer. We like to party on the lake. We got a Budweiser hat. We watch Duck Dynasty. I don't know if that show's still on because I haven't bought cable in like 3 years now. Um, we've got Mr. Bill. I'm 49 years old. I know who Mr. Bill is. Mr. Bill came out when I was very little, and I was really not allowed to watch that on Saturday Night Live. So there's a hat for that. We like to buy hats that represent our sports teams, very important, or companies we work for, or uh, our firearms. Uh, Events like a air show, Universal Orlando Studios. We like to smoke Marlboro. We like the White Sox. White Sox hat is one of the most popular hats out there. The team sucked this year. Cubs did all right. So we like vintage hats. So Chicago Sting was a soccer club back in the 80s. They no longer exist. I have a hat from my childhood that I'm listing for $67 because nobody has that hat. It's like freaking 40 years old now. Um, we like to put pins in our hats, and we like to make our own hats. So these are the hats I have listed for sale. So I've got 89, and these are the hats I've actually sold. So we're going to put in hat, and I'm just going back the past year. So I've got 89 hats listed. I've sold 28 categories in the hats. So Blackhawks hat here for 30, some pins that go on hats, Park Tools, the Seattle Mariners, John Deere, Hills Brothers, Maxwell House, Mossy Oak, Yozuri. Yep, got $50 for a hat. All these hats I basically spent under $2 for because I buy them in lots or I buy them at auctions. You can get your stuff from Whatnot, things like that. A beanie, Lexus beanie. Why did someone buy that? Because it's got a Lexus GX. GX is a SUV from Lexus. I got a casino hat. I got Nitro Z20. That's a random hat for a boat, fishing boat, an actual bass boat. Chicago Cubs. The Sims Fishing Gore-Tex hat. Got that in a lot for $2. Sold it for 42. Why did it sell for so much? Because a fisherman wants to protect their head when they're fishing, and they don't want it to get wet. And this hat you can get wet because it's protected with Gore-Tex. Land hat, an old White Sox hat, Bud Light hat, a very vintage Bayern Munich hat from the 90s. That's a German soccer team. The Chicago Bears, anime hats, you name it. Okay, so that's just that. It's just the hat. We're already 8 minutes into the video, so we're gonna keep flying. So what else? What else do we wear on our faces or on our heads? For our eyes, we wear sunglasses. For our ears, we wear earrings. Ladies wear earrings. We wear headphones. One of the most popular categories to sell on eBay are Apple ear pods. I've never personally used them, but they work really, really well. It's the easiest thing to sell. So if you find some old ear pods, even if you just have one, you can probably sell it for $30 because someone's probably missing one. Earrings can be gold, they can be fashion. Let's just look really quick what I've sold for earrings. Sold 17 earrings. I'm not a lady, but I buy ladies' earrings. I buy them in lots. You can get them cheap. You can get them for under $2, maybe under $1 if you buy enough of them. Look at all these ladies' earrings. Is that a 49-year-old man? Now, I have an advantage. I have 3 daughters. They're all adults, and I've been married since I was 21. But it just goes to show you a dude can sell earrings too. I can sell headphones for our eyes as well, virtual reality. So if you find old virtual reality sets, they can be from like the 80s or 90s, like Virtual Boy, Nintendo, virtual reality, the Meta virtual reality stuff, binoculars. All right, things for our mouths. So the only thing that comes to mind with a mouth is the microphone, or like the headset that I'm wearing here. So microphones, you can probably get them pretty cheap. Just make sure they work. If you're not sure, just pay a little money for it, but look for name brands like Shure. Microphones you've actually heard of. All right, so around our neck. So we're gonna fly on this. Necklaces, okay. Ladies wear necklaces, okay. How many necklaces have I sold this year? Let's look. And again, necklace. Okay, I have sold 9 necklaces. I didn't know that. So what have I sold? Gold filled necklace. Got that for basically a couple bucks. Sold it for 28. Got this 1928 fashion jewelry. There is no gold. There is no silver. Sold it for $32. Why? Because it looks nice. See? Check it out. It's a cool looking necklace. Um, Charms for the necklace, like zodiac, Pisces, Taurus. Now these are 12 karat gold filled, so they're not actual real gold, but they are plated with gold. They sell for 20 bucks. You can probably get those at garage sales for like $1. Um, this little ice cream pendant, these beads, a shark tooth. Yes, I sold a shark tooth for my neighbor for $300. And I've sold other shark teeth as well. I think we've sold 3 shark teeth, and it's been over $550 for 3 shark teeth. My neighbor didn't know what they were worth, neither did I. Well, the bigger they are, the fancier are, depending where they're from. 300 bucks for a shark tooth. What else we got? We got watches that go around the neck, and again, no real gold chains. I mean, you're going to have to spend a lot of money to do that. I'm giving you ideas of, you don't have to spend much money at all. You just have to find cool stuff that goes around the neck. What else goes around the neck? Well, it's getting cold out there, so scarves. So, have I sold any scarves? Well, I'm going to type in scarf. Okay, never sold a scarf before this year. I ran into an estate sale. I didn't grab the stuff, my daughter did. I did a video on it. If you want to watch that, you can look for an estate sale in my videos. But there's a bunch of silk scarves. So here, I have probably a few left. I've got 12 scarves. They're all silk. Nothing's really expensive, but don't care. I literally paid nothing for these. And I've sold 7 of them so far. $14, $12, $22, $13, $15, $22. Oh, the other thing I forgot about besides hats are bandanas. So bandana. Did I spell that right? Probably not. Two ends. All right. I've sold a lot of 3 bandanas. They were all vintage, Michelob, Busch Beer, and Budweiser. But anyways, I picked those up at a garage sale for $1 a piece. Sold them for $28. I think you have 1 left. What else are we dealing with? All right. So now we're going to deal with our arms. Okay. So on our arms, not too many things go on the arms, but what is something that people wear and that I've really got into this year? Would be watches. So let's see. How many watches do I have for sale? I'll put watch. I have 157 watches in my store. That's pretty crazy. So I have purchased the correct tools to change batteries. I personally like the quartz watches because I can fix them. I am not a watchmaker by any means, so if it's a mechanical watch, it either works or it doesn't, but I don't have that machine that tests the timing. I do have polishing cloths. I make my watches look nice as best I can, but you have to have the proper tools. And you don't have to have the proper tools at first. You can pick up a kit from Amazon for under 20 bucks that has every single tool that you need. The most important one is the watch tool that allows you to open the back of snap case watches. So these are the watches that basically you have to get a little tool in there and snap the back off. Then you need another tool to properly pull out the battery, and then you need to buy batteries. But batteries are cheap. These watches are cheap. You can get these watches for under 2 bucks. You have to buy them in lots. So that's why I have 157 watches listed. I'll show you my most expensive. So yeah, I have a $915 watch. That is an actual floor model watch. It's still brand new. It just was there for display. It is 18 karat. Not all of it, but the gold part here is 18 karat. That's why it's so expensive. This one here, again, very nice watch. A Movado. Everyone knows what a Movado looks like. We've got another Christian Barnard. We've got a Dolce Gabbana. We've got antique Elgin watches, which are really cool. When you open up the back, you can pull up the serial number. So again, that's cool, Shy. You got 155 watches. Have you sold any? Let's see. How many have I sold? So we're going to go up here. We're going to put watches. Sold a lot. So 155 listed, and I've sold 129 watches. That's a lot of watches, guys. That's a lot of cleaning watches. That's a lot of taking really nice photos of watches, but they're pretty straightforward. You take a nice photo. You can get one of these holders here where you can hold it in your hand. You don't have to be fancy, but you want to get that dial, that face. That's what people look at with their eyes. You want to get the whole profile, so you want to hold the bracelet like that. You want to get the side action here, the measurements. This measuring tool, I've used it for 5 years now. It's less than 10 bucks on Amazon still. The back of the watch, yeah, you want to show that, the measurement, the whole 9 yards. And I actually, this is an older watch that I listed. I now have an actual thing that measures the watch. So as you put the watch around it, it tells you the actual measurements, so you don't have to guess. But like my wrist is close to 8 inches, but most ladies can go down to as small as a 5-inch wrist. But anyways, look at all the watches I've sold: $100, $332, $427, 75 bucks, 24 bucks, 19 bucks. It's a lot of freaking watches, guys. And that it doesn't give us a total here, but it's really easy to get into watches. You don't have to be an expert. I do recommend that you do get the tools, because selling a watch saying, I don't know if it works, you're not going to get much for it. But if you get the watch working, meaning you change the battery, there's so many people on eBay that sell watches and they don't know how to change a freaking battery. It drives me nuts, but I appreciate those sellers, because I know if I fix that watch, meaning I snap the case off the back, or I have these special rubber balls that twist, the types of watches that you have to twist off the back. And I know if I can get that watch working by simply just changing the battery and having very inexpensive tools to do it, I can double or triple or 10x what I've purchased the watch for. So a majority of my watches I pick up are less than $2. So after I've cleaned the watch, I've replaced the battery. Batteries, when you get enough of them, they're less than $1 a piece. The more expensive watches, like this one here that I'm listing, for close to $1,000, I think I have 70 bucks into it, because I bought it smart, online auction. I didn't go out and find these watches. I've bought all my watches online. A lot of them I bought from eBay, a lot of them from YouTube, and not so much Whatnot. I don't think I've ever bought a watch from Whatnot, but everyone in the United States has watches, and it's something you can get into, and you don't have to be an expert. But if you want to start with something that you're familiar with, start with the watch that you have in your own house. Understand that brand. See if that brand has any precious metals, the whole 9 yards. All right, so that's watches. And if you want to just do smart watches or Fitbits or Fit watches, there's a lot of money to be made in that as well. What else fits around our wrist? Bracelets. Okay, bracelets. And what goes on bracelets? Charms. What's the most well-known charm? Pandora. What's the second most well-known charm that goes on someone's wrist? The glass stuff. And the most expensive or most well-known for the ladies is Murano glass. So let's look at bracelets. I have 79 bracelets. I think it's because I have bracelet labeled in that a lot. But look, I got one here for 350 bucks. It's just sterling silver. I've got a vintage Michael Anthony bracelet with all the beads. Okay. Silver bracelets, beads. You don't have to have precious metals on it. You can sell watch bands. Yeah, so what is this here? Bohemian turquoise. Yeah, that's nice. I don't even remember listing that. Here again, Venetian Murano made in Italy glass. Okay, so that's great. Shy, that's awesome. Yeah, get some bracelets, get some watches. Have you actually sold any? I think I have. So let's look at Pandora. So this year I've sold 9 Pandora items, and they're all expensive. So this whole Pandora, sterling silver, all real Pandora actual charms. And I've done a separate video on just Pandora, but look at that. 200 bucks. What did I pay for this? Nothing. This is consignment. So I got this from somebody. It was filthy. I cleaned it up. And I told them, like, listen, you bring this to the coin shop, you might get $30 in silver weight for it. I'm gonna I'm gonna clean this up. I think someone will buy it. I listed it. It sold within 2 hours. Maybe I sold it too cheap, but who cares? They were gonna get $30, bring it to the coin shop. I got them 200, and I split that with them. So I got like 85. They got 85. They got more than double what they would have got in silver weight. And all it took was a little knowledge and little little elbow grease, making it look nice. But you gotta take nice photos. But look at these gold charms, gold Pandora charms, $227, $225, $20. Pandora box to put your Pandora charms inside. Murano beads and another gold Pandora charm. So if you are out and about and you see something that says Pandora on it, or in this case it says ALE, and it is gold, and it has a number like 585 on it, doesn't say 14 karat, but it says 585, that's real gold, and some of these charms are retired and they're worth a lot of money. And they're not worth a lot of money to resell. You can always take the charm itself. So let's say the charm weighs 4 grams. 4 grams of 14 karat gold at $60 a gram. That's what a coin shop or a pawn shop will pay you for the actual melt value of it. 4 times 6 is $240 in gold weight in a little itty bitty charm. So again, things that fit around your wrist, watches, charm bracelets, other things too. Have I sold any actual bracelets? Yes, I have. Okay. I've sold sterling silver bracelets. This guy here weighed 58 grams. So at a coin shop or a pawn shop, they'd give you $58 because it's like $1 a gram, and that's sterling silver. But this is really cool. It's someone spent a lot of time. These are Cuban links, and it's an ID bracelet, and it doesn't have anybody's name on it. That sold fast. That sold within a week for $237. You can get chains that are not made of real gold. They could be just gold plated, or in this case, I don't even think, well, yeah, this is gold plated, but you can sell those. You can pick those up for $1 or $2, sell for $22. You can pick up turquoise jewelry. Okay. Again, this would have been a $21 uh, amount that I could have got taken to a coin shop. I actually bought it at a coin shop. I paid like 30 for it because you pay about $1.50 when you're buying sterling silver jewelry from a pawn shop or a coin shop. And what you're doing is you're saving them the trip to bring it to the refinery. So if you're at a coin shop or you're at a pawn shop, ask them, hey, can I take a look at your sterling silver jewelry? I'd like to see if there's any pieces in there that I'd like to buy. It's a messy job. Your hands will get dirty, but you can pull out cool stuff like this. So I pulled this out from a coin shop, turned that $30 into 122. Pulled this out from a coin shop. This one was only like $20. Turned that $20 into 110. And so on and so forth. You can have pearls, fake pearls, real pearls. It doesn't matter. If it's pretty, if it's cool, if it's unique, people will buy it on eBay. All right, what else goes on the hand? So we're done with the wrist. What goes on the actual fingers? Well, it could be goalie gloves. It could be gloves you use for sports. It could be gloves you want to wear when it gets cold outside and you're shoveling. It could be gloves for basically any type of activity. What goes on our fingers? Mainly rings. Okay, so what are rings? Well, rings could be anything, right? It could be sterling silver. It could be gold. Again, if you're just getting started, don't start with gold because you'll only be able to like buy 1 or 2 items, and that sucks. And gold is a tough sell right now. It's not a tough sell to take in and turn it into melt. So if you buy broken jewelry, that's okay. I've seen a lot of people think, oh, I got this old class ring that my dad gave me. He's gone. Cool. We look at the class ring. Wow. Well, you could try and sell it on eBay for $700. Or you could take it to the coin shop right now and get $600 because that's what the gold weight's on it. So what would you rather do? Get $600 today or try and get $700 from eBay and go through the whole rigmarole of taking photos and stuff? So it's really fun to do that. But I have a lot of rings listed on eBay. I have 65. And I know what you're going to ask yourself. Well, that's great, dude. You got 65 rings listed. What does that mean? Well, I've actually sold some. So let's look at the rings I've sold. Sold 8 rings. 8 rings so far this year. Not bad. Most of my rings that I've sold are actually taken to the coin shop and liquidated into actual real life cash because I found a gold ring or the ring is damaged and it doesn't make sense. Okay, so now we've covered rings, our hands. What's next? Well, we've got our body. That's shirts, jackets, hoodies. Ladies like to wear blouses, dresses, jerseys, sports jerseys, things of that nature. I know what you're going to say. Okay, dude, you talk about all this stuff. Well, I've sold some jerseys. I've sold a Bulls jersey, soccer jersey, hockey jerseys. Never sold a hockey jersey until this year. Cubs jersey, okay, and got some of those sold. Jackets are obviously very popular when it's hot out. Or I'm sorry, when it's hot out, when it's cold out. Other things too. So besides, the clothing, what goes next below? Well, it's our belt line. What is on the belt? Well, it's pretty easy. It's belts. So I have sold 19 belts this so far this year, and I've never sold belts ever on eBay. And what I find is the belts that sell the best are the ladies' Western belts. The more blingier, the more name brand, the more money you get. This one I listed yesterday. It sold already this morning for $70, and it's not perfect. It's missing 8 rhinestones, but it's BB Simon. I have no idea what that brand was, but I looked it up. I guess these belts are like $300 belts all day, every day. Belts for construction guys or people that want to put tools around their belt. Craftsman's a great brand. Brand new, they're like $100 in the store. So if you are at a garage sale and the dude has passed or the dude's old and he ain't working on the house anytime soon and he's got his old work belt, the older the better. Just make sure it's in good shape. Sold this one for $60. That was sweet. These little belts for the ladies. Belt buckles are huge. There's a lot of like rock band belt buckles that sell for crazy money. Western belts. This one was Tibetan or a Peruvian hand woven belt. Uh, Fake replica boxing championship belts. I don't know why. I think someone got these for someone, and I sold 2 of them for $68. I never sold one of those before in my life. And then the hardware for a belt. All right, what's after the belt? Well, we got pants, right? So what do we sell pants for? Pants, sweats, jeans, skirts, hunting pants. All those are big money, but you got to buy the right brands. You can spend your entire eBay career or reselling just concentrating just on pants. There are people on eBay that just sell jeans alone, and that's all they sell are jeans. That would be boring. You got to be really, really good at your craft, but I guess it would make your store more popular because you kind of be known for like the jeans person. All right, what's after the jeans? We've got shoes. They go on our feet. We have boots. We have sandals. We have cleats for sports. We have socks. You can't sell used socks, only new ones. But I've actually done pretty well with shoes, and I am no shoe expert whatsoever. So I have actually sourced. I've actually sourced these Adidas shoes. I paid $40 for them, brand new from Adidas on eBay. I bought 5 of them. I sold all 5 of them, and I almost doubled my money on all of them. But yeah, I sell heels, sure. Soccer shoes. These are my old vintage ones from the early 2000s. Sold them for $90, and even shoes for dolls. uh, Here's some old Adidas. Again, I'm horrible, terrible at shoes. If you buy brand new ones and then they sell out, you can make a lot of money. There are people that's all they do are sell shoes. But again, I'm an everything seller. That would be super boring. So anyways, this video's gone long enough. So again, if you're first starting out on eBay, keep it simple, guys. Start with the stuff you have around your house and just learn the categories from the top to the bottom of the human body, and you can't go wrong. You can make a lot of money just doing that, and everybody needs it. Everybody wears things. Those things wear out. They get out of style, but And again, there's different styles throughout the world. So something that's not cool here anymore in the United States might be really super cool in another country, like Japan, like England, like Germany, like France. There's a lot of countries that want our stuff, and we're the only ones that have it, and it's very abundant. We can get it around us cheap, but people in other countries will pay extra money because they'll think something is really cool here from the United States. So that's why you definitely want to make sure your international shipping's turned on. So I've talked enough. I appreciate you guys watching my video today. Please let me know in the comments if this has helped you. If you're newer to reselling on eBay or you want to try it out, just think of the human body. Start from the top to the bottom and learn each category. But it's okay, like go out there, buy a bunch of stuff, but just think about it. What could the human body use? What is cool that's out there? What can you get at a really good price that people actually want? And you'd be surprised. People will buy this stuff on eBay, and I think eBay is stronger than ever this year, especially here in the United States because of tariffs and things like that. More and more people are going to be looking for more affordable things. And even people that have money, they want to get a good deal. They have this money for a reason because when they see a really good deal, they'll spend the money with you. But you got to start somewhere. So appreciate you guys watching my channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Stay healthy out there and watch my next video. See you guys. Bye-bye.